Here we go. Ready? Oh, who's better than me? Yeah. What's up, guys? Alright, check it out. After I built the box and fit it into the opening, it was time to do the interior stuff. This was not that easy to do, especially since I haven't even bothered to draw it yet. Alright, check this out. Huh? Hang on a sec. You gotta take these dividers out here. Ugh. I just stuffed them in there so they might be a little tight. Alright. I'm just going to break it down and show you how I built all this stuff so far, okay? And it's really, really, really fragile. So, just want to take it easy. All this is going to get glued into this case right here, so. Come on. Alrighty. I thought I was going to be able to keep it together, but it doesn't look that way. Alright, here's the box, and you can see that I put a couple of dados in it, right, and I molded the bottom. I don't know if you guys can see this. I'm just going to move the camera so you can see it, alright? You don't need to see my ugly puss today, right? Alrighty. So what's happening, everybody? I'm moving right along, huh? But enough of the small talk. Alright. You can see I put a profile on it. You know, I got to thinking and I thought it might be nice to have like a block front drawer on the inside of this pigeonhole assembly. So the first thing I needed to do, I needed to make the sides. See? So basically what I did first is I took the pine and I slid it all the way forward to the front. And then I fit this front piece. And you can see how it just slides right in. Okay? Just like that. Now this is the hidden compartment from the back for just some documents. And then, you know, the same on the other side. And this dado right here is for a false back that gets basically slid in like this. Now you can see that I have the grain going this way, okay? This is going to shrink and swell this way. So I just made it a little loose. So this is going to just kind of be free floating inside the opening. And you can see that this is the front compartment and this is now the back compartment, okay? So, but before I can put that piece in, right, I need to put these two in. Where they go. They slide much better, huh? Now, these are the dividers that have to slide in from the back. See, it's a stop dado. I figured if I just ran the dados in the pine block and then add this on, I wouldn't have to bother doing it with a at the table saw. So these right here need to be slid in from the back. Now all this needs to be done before I can glue it together. So you see how it comes in and it stops right where I want it to stop. And this stop line is in line with where I want it to stop on the bottom to have the same reveal on the profile. It's about 1/4 inch back from the bottom. Because you got to remember, I need to have enough room so I can put hardware on these drawers. So when I close the door, the hardware is not smashing into the back end of the door. I mean, and since I haven't drawn it, I could be really shooting myself in the foot. I don't know yet. So, you can see that these are up tight to the stop. Now, this was the molded edge down here. And all I did was I just removed the entire molded edge. You see that? Instead of having to draw it, I basically just took all this molded edge off. So now this block represents this top fillet right here. So what I need to do is I need to just put this in. You can see how it's kind of rough because this is the point that I only need. This came right off the router. All this other stuff doesn't really matter. So I need to fit this in here just like so. Alrighty? And now what I want to do is I want to transfer this line onto my divider like that. And then the same on the bottom. just gonna want to keep, you see how I'm keeping the front end flush to the front end? Okay? Then I have to draw this line. Now, I need to take these out from the back. Right, you can see the dado that I have marked in the back here. I don't know if you can see that. There's another dado here. After I do this and get it to where I want it to be, basically, I have to take these, I gotta push these out, cut that line, round this over like it was the same as the pigeonhole assembly, you know, so this will be rounded over, it's gonna look real nice. Same with this one here. That one needs a little more sandpaper. Alright, and then after I get these two fit, they have to come in from the back, right? I'm telling you, this thing's a little complicated. But you guys are going to dig this, totally. You see how I got my piece of, whatever? This slides in like this, guys. Check it out. You see what I mean? And this is basically just going to, I mean, I had it in there a minute ago. Just, you know, there's too many moving parts for me right now. I don't know how those guys did it, and nobody's around to try to give me some pointers, so I'm just kind of winging it on my own, and I kind of like doing it, you know? So, how freaking sweet is that? Huh? Can you guys see that? Yeah, you can. That's cool. So now, here's a back to it, and it's floating. I can move it around my hands. And these dividers are going to go in these slots with that profile on them, right? So now I'm going to have two drawers, and then this one's going to have like a fan on it. But, you can see the back of it? You see how I still have these dados? What I'm going to do in the back, can you see that? Yeah, you can. What I'm going to do in the back, I'm going to put dividers in the back here. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to put these dividers in the back, so now I have a bank of drawers in the back of it also. But I got to thinking, I thought it might be really cool, is to be able to, you know, this doesn't even fit in there, is to be able to have a false back on the front of this. So I added these other dados, and I'm just going to take, essentially, a backboard that looks like a drawer bottom, and I'm just going to slide it down in here. So you'll be able to, like, have this compartment closed up and locked, so when you pull the whole box out of the case of the Bombe secretary, whatever you have back here isn't going to fall out, you know. And these are sweet little document drawers. I mean, they don't have to be that big. I mean, here's a pad of paper. I mean, that's a bunch of paper. See? Boom. So that could be whatever. They typically would have put really important documents or like, you know, money or whatever. So before I can glue this stuff in, I need to get this right. Theoretically, I think this is going to work out pretty well. You know, I'm a moron for not drawing it, but for some reason I just struggle. I mean, I really struggle drawing this stuff. So, you know, if I had thought about it a little more, I probably would have made these another ½ inch wider, because, you know, this is really going to be pronounced on the inside of the drawers. But that's okay. You know, it'll give people something to talk about. They'll be like, why did the guy make them like this? You know, I mean, like I struggle over looking at other people's work. And the reason why I made these drawers this thick was because that was the wood that I had for the drawer blanks that I scrapped in the front of the case. So I don't want to waste these blanks, so I figured I would just save them and use them as the drawers. And I like the wood. It's got the same wood and grain and texture. Well, it's the same exact piece of friggin' wood. So it's just straight grain, and it's going to look really nice on the inside of this case. And I'm kind of looking forward to making the fan on the top drawer. And this is a pretty thick drawer. It's like 4 inches. So these are 2.5 and this one's like 4. So this is the beginning stages of this case. I'm going to swing it over to the secretary. Alright. So this bad boy slides right in like this. And here's another kind of cool point. Hang on. Let me get over there. Another reason why I decided to make these the way that I did is because I didn't want the profile to have like a piece of ingrain on it. If, you know, whatever. I don't know if I'm explaining it very well, but I just wanted it to look like a nice clean, like it dies into the side really clean, you know. So this slides in back here like this. Then I just take my straight edge and I make sure that all these line up perfectly which they do, by the way. Any straight edge will work. That's long enough. Hang on a second. Hang on! This might work. It's probably too long. Yeah. Whatever. I don't feel like running to go get a friggin' straight edge. But you see the line right here? These are all in perfect plane with each other. Now what I need to do, and I always tell you it's important to save this scrap, I'm going to make pilasters out of the scrap. So this is all going to be solid here. And it's going to help hold this box in. So it's really going to look like these pilasters move, which they're not going to because it's going to get glued to this part. I just need to figure it out first. So I think I'm just going to glue a piece to the case, to the front, and then stick something in there that's solid. And then this whole thing slides right out. You know? These aren't glued in. But that's it. So you'll be able to pull this whole box out, you know, and then spin it around and access the back. You'll be able to pull up a false back and then be able to access the back of this thing whenever you want. So this is a pretty cool little thing. I'm having a lot of fun making it. And you know what? I don't even know what the original one looks like because I didn't get a chance to see the original. I mean, the one that I pulled out isn't the original to the piece, so I have no idea what was in here. So I'm just kind of winging it and giving it my interpretation, which is a lot of fun for me. Steve's not around, Lance isn't around, there's nobody here, so this is really just me. Who knows, they may hate it and I'll want to punt it across the street, you know, after they... But I'm having fun now. But that's it, man. This is a very cool little thing to do. I'm having fun. So, going broke by the minute. Not as bad as the deficit, but that's cool, man. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed it. Kind of sweet. Tomorrow, I should have this false back in. I mean, look at that back. I mean, I dig it, totally. So, when you, like, say somebody pulls out the drawers, they're not going to get nothing. You're not going to be able to get anything. It's like, wow, I wonder why the guy put a false back on it. And these little document drawers, I mean, it's pretty sweet. All right, man. Well, that's that. I'm getting there. I'm on time, hopefully. That door's going to take a little bit of time. And I still might have screwed myself on those drawers because I don't know if the door's going to open enough to pull the drawers out, so I might have to put some caulk beading on the inside of that thing. I don't know yet. All right. See you later.